And welcome back to a new installment of Cornette's commentary right here on Who's Slamming Who. It is Tuesday, July the 20th, 2010. It's Tommy Fiero with the returning Mr. JC.
Now, Tommy, I got to stop you there. How can you welcome people back to a new episode? Isn't that a circular conundrum, such as, is God so powerful, can he make a rock so big he can't lift it?
You're right.
Well, maybe we better start this. No, let's just go ahead.
You do drive a good point there, Jimmy. Anyway, welcome back to Who's Slamming Who. And like I said last week, Jimmy did attempt to tape a segment last week. Got a hold of me last Monday. Got back to him. We played phone tag. And
Tommy, your employers, I'm telling you, you've been called into work all the time lately. You've been working 24 hours a day for these people. Do they appreciate you? Do they know how much effort you put into your job to serve them and fulfill their needs?
I hope they do.
I hope they do too. Tommy's employers, you got to take care of him. He's working hard.
So what's going on with you, man? Anything exciting this week?
Oh, my gosh. Well, this week, of course, the triple shot, Ring of Honor in Louisville for the Bluegrass Brawl debut Thursday night, the 22nd. Friday, the 23rd is Collinsville, Illinois, the greater St. Louis area. Saturday night, Chicago Ridge, Illinois, beautiful Chicago Frontier Fieldhouse there. Ring of Honor action, looking forward to that. And then, of course, coming up on the NWA Wrestling Legends Fan Fest, August 5th through the 8th in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Hilton University Place. I'm going to be hosting the Hall of Heroes banquet, which will see Jim Ross induct Danny Hodge into the Hall of Heroes, among many other great legendary superstars. I'm also going to have a Q&A there that Thursday night, my midnight ramble, as I usually do every year, and Cornette's Collectibles is going to be open for business all weekend long with all kinds of cool stuff. I've got stuff people haven't seen in 20 years, if ever, out of my archives. It's my yard sale, but I do it at the Hilton University Place in Charlotte once a year. So, I mean, Smoky Mountain Wrestling paychecks, autographed paychecks from some of the guys, trying to clean my files out. I've got some ring-worn merchandise and memorabilia, jackets and ties. I've got magazines, programs, pictures out of my personal collection. I'm trying to weed this stuff out, Tommy, and the beneficiaries are going to be the wrestling fans. They're going to get to just haul home tons of Cornette memorabilia.
Very nice, very nice. Seems like you're a very busy man coming up these upcoming weeks.
Just got back from the TV tapings in Philadelphia for Ring of Honor. I want to thank all the fans for coming out and braving the heat. Who says there's no global warming? 97 degrees in Philadelphia to me is global warming.
First and foremost, before we even start tonight's episode, any health updates on Bobby Eaton?
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, I talked to Bobby over the weekend when I was in Philly, and he was feeling a lot better. Basically, he had a lot of fluid building up in his chest and all over. He had gained a ton of weight real quick, and believe it or not, I got to go on this diet plan. Well, maybe I don't. He lost like 50-something pounds in the hospital for, almost 2 weeks. They gave him the diuretics, got the fluid off of him, and he's feeling a lot better. And I heard that he was just released. I have not spoken to him since I've been back, but that I heard on the internet that he was just released. I'm going to try to catch up with him later on today, but he's doing much better. So thanks to everybody who was concerned.
Great. We have some listener questions this week here. You want to answer a couple of them?
Oh, I guess we might.
All right, well, a lot of people sent this one in the first one of the night. What are your thoughts on the ECW angle TNA is currently doing, and thoughts of an ECW-themed pay-per-view that will be taking place next month?
Well, I got to hand it to TNA on this one. They've finally done something right. They've propelled themselves massively forward in time from the 80s to the late 90s. They're only 13 years behind the times now, folks. They're catching up, by leaps and bounds. They go from Hulk Hogan and the Nasty Boys and Eric Bischoff and that whole clown show from the 80s. They jump all the way forward to the late 90s to put ECW back together. By the year 2025, I figure they'll have caught up to modern day. I'm not knocking ECW. I'm not knocking the guys that were involved in ECW, but Jesus Christ, it's been years and years. They've been out of business for 9 years. Vince McMahon has finished putting, not only does he own the initials, but also he finished putting the boots to the corpse of ECW with that rotten television program that's been on the air that now most mainstream fans think of as ECW. Can TNA not figure out something to do, maybe, just maybe, that might have some relevance with today? You know, Vince Russo used to say, I was stuck in the past, just because I wanted wrestling to be a little logical and a little more serious. And now, you know, this guy is stuck. Well, he's a fucking moron. Let me just get that out of the way. We know that. But he's stuck in the past himself, but not even the good past.
It's not even the good past.
It's not even the good past. It's the goofy past. As a matter of fact, I gotta jump in and read a fan letter. You know, I get a lot of emails, and I've said this before. I can't answer every single one of them, but I do read them. I appreciate them. I can't read them all on the air here, but every once in a while, one of them tickles my trigger. Harrison writes, TNA wrestling is the bane of my existence. As a wrestling fan for about 15 years, I've never seen wrestling that made me this frustrated. I've been mad at wrestling shows. I've been pissed off by wrestling shows, but never have I just been so frustrated that I question why I'm even watching it. I counted how many times that I said, why did they do that last Thursday night, and it was close to 20. It's gotten to the point where I'm simply trying to interpret the stupid minds that run TNA. A psychologist could spend a career analyzing the, quote, creative, unquote, minds that run the worst episodic show on cable television. Can you get with the picture, please? I mean, I'm tired of asking for this now. You know, we asked if the wrestling fans wanted to start tweeting Dixie Carter, because, you know, she's a big tweeter on Twatter, or she's a big twatter on Twitter, or whatever it is. To twat her, or tweet her twat, some good wrestling booking ideas, since they obviously can't come up with any. But you know what? We found out people aren't even interested enough in TNA to do that. As a matter of fact, I just recently found out, you know, they got those streams where you can watch the pay-per-views for free?
Yeah.
People are asking for refunds from watching the TNA pay-per-views for free. No, I kid, seriously. They're not asking for refunds. They're just not bothering to watch them for free. You got a couple 100,000 people watching the UFC pay-per-views for free. You got 50 or 60,000 people watching the WWE pay-per-views for free. I think they've figured out there's about 1,500 people watching the TNA pay-per-views for free. That's about half their buy rate. So they still can't figure out anything's wrong. God bless you, Dixie. Just keep on doing what you're doing.
Did you say the tweet and twat?
Tweet the twat. Tweet the twat and tell the twat what the tweets ought to be.
Next question tonight here on Cornette's commentary. They know that you're a big supporter of Kane. You spoke very highly on him in the past here on past episodes. They want to know your thoughts on him winning the World Heavyweight title this past Sunday night at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Well, I didn't even know it happened.
There you go.
See, I was in the car driving back from Philadelphia where I was watching real professional wrestling this weekend. So you know, and I'm another one of those people, I guess I don't even want to watch it for free. You know, once again, I love Kane as a person. I love Kane as a wrestler. I think he's been misused for several years now since they took the mask off it, etc. But at the same time, you know, I'm not going to knock the guy making money and winning the world title. However, I think it goes to show something's wrong, because either they realize they made a mistake with the way they've used Kane over the past several years, or they're putting the world title on a guy that they haven't used very well over the past several years. So I'm not knocking Kane, but, you know, is there anybody under 30? Oh, gosh, I forgot. John Laurinaitis, the lying sack of shit that he is, dismantled their developmental system, so now all the guys that are coming out of the cookie-cutter fast food wrestling school in Tampa, Florida, apparently aren't able to carry the ball. Imagine that. Well, when Glenn Jacobs Kane is 10 years older, he's always got a backup second career by going down and main eventing in TNA.
Real quickly about Kane. If they did the angle properly, do you think if they put the mask back on him, if they did it the right way, it would mean something?
Well, everybody already knows what he looks like now. That was the whole mystery.
Sure.
That was the whole mystery of the point.
Sure.
He was really rolling along there. He was a top guy. He and Undertaker were Money in the Bank. All of a sudden, they got to humanize him. They got to take the mask off of him. Was he disfigured in the fire? He wasn't disfigured in the fire. Who set the fire? Was Paul Bearer really his father? Was he not his father? Was he his brother? Did he burn him? Did he not burn him? Was he mad at Undertaker? Was he happy with Undertaker? You know, it's almost like Russo took a hand in Kane.